Hello and welcome everyone to Let's Play Tomb Raider 4 The Last Revelation. This is 115 speaking. Let me welcome you to the Great Hypostyle Hall. Now this will be our very first and very brief visit into the general area. We are not actually going to reach the actual Great Hypostyle Hall itself. And that is simply because it is behind a locked door, a key to which we will find, I believe, back in the Temple of Karnak. So, let me just explain that during this first visit of the Great Hypostyle Hall, no worries if you have no other key items other than the Amulet of Horus, because by now we have found only the first canopic jar, inserted it into its receptacle within the Temple of Karnak, which allowed us to get here. And our brief foray into the Great Hypostyle Hall will pretty much be just a passage to get into the Sacred Lake, where we will find the second canopic jar. So that's where we are right now. By the way, I love how the area completely changed as opposed to what was visible from the end of the Temple of Karnak level. You know, feel free to do the comparison of what you see here in the previous video. It is completely different layout. Just an interesting thing. Okay, so nothing in the dark corner over here and over there, and let's just grab a couple of shotgun shells. And again, as I said, this is a loop of 3 levels, and you have to pass through Great Hypostyle Hall to reach the Sacred Lake. Then you can go to the Temple of Karnak, and you need to go through that to reach the Great Hypostyle Hall again. And if you do everything in the correct and efficient order, you will visit each area only twice. Now let me just use the binocs here to show you this area. I don't know why, but this just fascinates me, that you can see the iron grill here. Unfortunately, it is not really an area that we could go into, but I find it interesting nevertheless. It's like a sneak peek of what the Great Hypostyle Hall will look like once we reach it. Now over here we'll find 2 goodies. Oh, watch out, that was very close. And scorpions. Now the second scorpion doesn't come out until you step on this tile here, and now it will come from behind the corner. See, easy as that. The reason I'm here is a box of flares and a small health pack. And actually, talking about that, there are pretty much only a few goodies we are going to get in this level, 11 out of 24. So pretty much most of the items and even kills in this level will be during our revisit once we unlock the main section, but I will show you what I mean. Now, you can just continue on if you don't care about the pickups and enemies and so on, but there are so many columns, dark shadows, and even an upper floor to this area. It can be pretty overwhelming at first, but don't worry, it's actually very straightforward. Again, you have pretty much 3 options from which you can enter into the upper floor. You can even directly grab a ledge, once we were in the antechamber before. So again, so many choices to pretty much do exactly the same thing. And there should be the 4th scorpion in this area. I thought I could hear him. Oh, right, you have to step on this exact tile to trigger him, because the assumption, I guess, by the developer was that you would climb from over there. Well, no such luck in our case. Now, in sort of asymmetrically placed in each corner here is a pickup, but not directly opposite of each other. So one is more to the right, the other to the left, but there are those 2 pickups. And now I'm gonna try... Well, you can also monkey swing across, which is really interesting because you can totally get everything without doing that. So yeah, actually, let's drop. I'll also show you how to reach the upper part of the antechamber simply by doing this. Oh, Lara, please go up. No, that was really strange. You were... This is really strange. This is not so... Huh. We glitched on that little step a little. Did you notice? Using the walk key, Lara should pretty much stay where she is, but... Huh, that was really odd. Anyway, on these 2 ledges here, and again you can monkey swing across or you can just climb up directly like I did, are a couple of goodies. I'm gonna try and be efficient by not making a grabbing jump onto the target platform. There we go. You can also use your binocs to pretty much illuminate the area and spot them if you don't want to waste up flares. And you can now safely drop down, or you can jump onto the sandy slope over here, because around the corner are yet another 2 goodies that, well, it's gonna be a miracle if we ever get to use them. Ah, such a generous game. They really should put more enemies into these levels, I feel. But for those of you who enjoy the exploration rather than the combat of the old Tomb Raider games, I actually enjoy both, then I think you might be quite happy with the way Tomb Raider 4 is balanced. Well, things just got real, and I absolutely love the fact that Von Croy uses the same vintage car that we've seen in the FMV cutscene after we pretty much finished the Valley of the Kings. So now the assassins will be after us. It's funny because I was just complaining about the lack of enemies. So our second revisit of this level is going to be far more exciting, in my opinion anyway. Nothing in the pit over there, just certain death. And you know, feel free to continue here and on to Secret Lake. However, I want to show you what this level is about. So if you crawl into this very, very tiny hole, which you might think, ah, great, I found another secret. No, there are no secrets in the Great Hypostyle Hall. This will actually lead us to a locked doorway. So I'm basically now making an unnecessary detour, but I want to explain the logic of this, the loop of these levels. It doesn't look like a keyhole, right? But that's what it is. I originally thought it's a switch that just needs to be pressed, but it's a bug or something. No, this is a keyhole that doesn't look like a keyhole. We need to find a Hypostyle key. And behind the small, humble, you know, barely visible door hidden behind this crawl space is actually the majestic Hypostyle Hall, which is absolutely enormous. But we'll explore that during our revisit. So actually that's where the rest of the enemies and rest of the goodies are hiding. And also one very essential key item. Okay, so we'll find ourselves here again, and the path over here just leads to the Sacred Lake. So before that, let's collect the 10th and 11th goodie here. There we go, Uzi clips. And just like before, I am gonna take a brief look at the stat screen and save my game here. So, that's it for the first visit into the Great Hypostyle Hall. We have found 11 out of 24 items, we've killed 6 out of 16 enemies, and we have found 0 secrets because there are none here. The other 13 items and 10 enemies we will come and collect during our second visit. So, that was a very brief video, but hopefully, you know, it will make sense with the overall playlist and combined with the other videos flow. So let me just make a quick save here, and I will see you guys next time in the Sacred Lake.